Hi, I'm Vanessa with The Whole Gamer. I'm a licensed massage therapist in the state of California and have been in practice since 2008. Today, I'm going to show you how to self-cup massage. It's easy and it's fun and it feels amazing. So what we're going to start off is by showing you how to static cup. One of the most important things to know is how to apply. Really simple. All you got to do is, there's two methods to expelling the air to create that negative pressure. You can squeeze the sides, and that forms a seal. I'm actually going to start with a smaller cup, squeezing the sides. Or there's what we call a plunger compression, so you can go ahead and just press straight down. That's so easy. And it's on. And to make sure you have a secure hold, you can give it a little wiggle, and if it doesn't go anywhere, you're great. And you'll kind of see the tissue raising up into it and slightly changing color. So just a nice pinkish hue, which is hyperemia, localized blood flow. You know it's doing its thing. I'm going to show you a really easy sequence on how to work on your forearms and your hands. And when we're gaming, those areas get tight, they get overworked, overused, and sometimes they need a little love. So this feels amazing and it's ridiculously easy. So now that you know the method on how to expel the air to form the vacuum, I'm going to show you areas to place. So one of my sequences that I love to do and I get a lot of relief from is, and for my body type, and it may be different for yours, which size fits your body best. For me, I'm going to start in the palm area, thenar eminence, hypothenar eminence, those really nice meaty areas of that thumb, kind of where it raises up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small one, expel the air, create that seal, give a little wiggle, it's on there, great. So then another thing is you can kind of feel for any areas of tension, anything kind of jumping out at you, feeling a little sore, a little tight. If you have had any carpal tunnel, any issues with pronator teres, you'll know where those spots are. So for me, I'm going to grab the next size up, and I feel a little something going on in this section right here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the second cup. Again, this is static placement where I am letting them sit and do their thing on bare, dry skin. No lubrication has been added. I'm letting them stay and do their thing. So what I can do is I normally like to leave them on about 3 to 5 minutes. That's great. That's usually a great time for most people. If you do notice any deep discoloration, you'll see the tissue rise into the cup. But if you notice any deep dark purples, anything that's not quite feeling right, that's a good indication that it's time to pop those off and let your body kind of work your way up to maybe a longer time. So another way to get a little even deeper, once you have them placed in a static hold, for tissue mobilization, you can go ahead and do some extension and some flexion of the wrist. And this feels great. You have these little anchor points and you're mobilizing your tissue, getting a nice deep fascial stretch. Now I'm going to show you how to dynamic cup. It has a really cool name. All it is the cups will now be traveling. So I showed you just a few minutes ago static placement, which is the cups just kind of hanging out doing their thing. This is something to kind of cover a little bit more area. It also feels really great. It's kind of like my favorite. So I'm going to show you how to work the forearms, both sides. And so for me, what I'm going to do is we're going to start by grabbing some lubrication. So I usually use oil. You can use oil, lotion, or a wax. It's really your preference. So what we'll do is we'll start by applying to the area that we are going to be cupping. And I'm going to start with the extensor group, and I'm going to just work that oil in. And this is a trick too, since we kind of need our hands to cup. It's a little easier to sometimes apply the oil, but leave your hands as clean as possible. Or you could just wipe on a towel, but just a little massage therapist trick. You can apply just kind of with your forearm, your other forearm, and leave your hand pretty clean. Easy. All right, that's pretty well coated. So what I'll do is I'm going to start by grabbing the smallest cup, and now we know how to create that vacuum. Start this area, create that vacuum, got a nice seal, give it a wiggle, and now we can go ahead and glide it across the skin. So what it's doing, it's picking up a couple different layers of our tissues underneath, our fascia and superficial muscle, which is excellent for breaking up those adhesions, relieving congested muscles. As gamers, these muscles get tight, you know what I mean? You feel it. Sometimes you could feel little burning sensations. You could feel that ache, that deep kind of sometimes discomfort, and this helps tremendously. And gliding, you can kind of go at your own pace. Sometimes when you go over a ridge like I just did, if you have some bony prominences, if your bones are kind of, you can kind of see mine. I kind of went over a ridge, and what happens is that just breaks the seal a bit. No problem. All you got to do is create that section again and pop that bad boy on. There we go. All right, so we can go down into the hand also. Do some slight dynamic. The hand, sometimes it is a little easier to keep it as a static hold. That's what I usually prefer to do. Now moving on to our flexor group. We pretty much just repeat the same thing, and you can use different sizes. I can use a neck size up on this area. My tissues raised into there nicely, and I can do a bit of gliding. Another thing to mention after you are done with your cupping session, it's nice to always follow with some flushing. Flushing is kind of directing your circulation. So all the things that you broke up, that cellular debris, we do have our circulatory as kind of a method to get rid of waste also, as well as our lymphatic system. So it's nice just to kind of aid that a bit and guide it. So flushing, also known as effleurage, also in the massage world, all you got to do really is glide, and you want to kind of help by directing these motions towards the heart, usually when you're working the extremities. So you can just apply some nice pressure and slowly glide. You can use fingers, palms, or forearms. You have a lot of different tools on how to flush. It's really just what feels comfortable to you.